All right, y'all, we're on the Harris Limestone Barren today, and this is the place that got me interested in grasslands. So about 8 years ago, I started hunting this place, and I started opening up areas for wildlife by cutting down cedars. And you can see some stumps right here. There's probably 5 or 6 of them up there. And I would pile them up down in the woods down here off of the barren. And the first year I did that, me and my dad did it. And I came back up here and I discovered a ton of wildflowers that I had never seen before. And so I sent some pictures to a friend that's a botanist, and he was like, where is this at? We need to go there. So I took him here and he told me what this was. This is a limestone barren, and you can see all of this exposed limestone, very thin, shallow soils. And this is a type of grassland ecosystem. Glades and barrens usually have lots of rocks and very thin soils and lots of species of wildflowers that are adapted to them, just like this scaly blazing star right here. You can see that butterfly in the background. This is a type of liatris, and all of this yellow flower you see back here, that is brown-eyed Susans. And that's not the first blanket of yellow flowers that have been here this year. Before those were these gray-headed coneflowers, and they're all going to seed right now. And these things have a very aromatic smell to them when you break them open. But you just pinch the seed heads off, and then you got some gray-headed coneflower seeds. But this place changes about every week or two. There's always something new blooming here. And there's hundreds of these out here right now. These are pale spiked lobelias. And there's a lot of them there behind me, you can see. And half of this opening here used to be cedar trees until I cut them down and removed them from the barren. And that happens a lot on glade ecosystems because those cedars are adapted to thin soils and can take over when there's an absence of fire. But these are woodland sunflowers here growing on the edge. But lots of different tree species up here. We've got post oaks and chinkapins, and chinkapins like to grow on calcareous soils, limestone. We've got American plums and persimmons and rusty blackhaw, viburnum. But the diversity up here is absolutely incredible. But there's places like this all over Alabama, and most people wouldn't recognize what they are. They just look like grown-up places to most people. But if you look close, the diversity is incredible. And right here, we have some rattlesnake master, and we have several butterflies here on the rattlesnake master and on the liatris. This rattlesnake master has these really tough leaves that Native Americans used to make rope and string out of. And the oldest pair of shoes was made out of rattlesnake master. But this right here behind me, there's some cedars I've been piling up. There's a lot of Lespedeza, Sericea lespedeza, creeping into these spots. And this is something I want to get under control in the next few years. And they need to be treated or mowed down right before they go to flower, because this Sericea will take over this entire glade and take away from the diversity that's here. Everywhere there's Sericea lespedeza growing is one less spot where these unique plants can grow, these plants that are adapted to these sort of conditions. And this is a really special place, and we need every square inch we can get for our native plants. But let me take you down here to the bottoms and see what's in this area. I think we've got some different kind of milkweeds. Oh, here's something. This is an S1 in Alabama. And this is Tenidia, or yellow pimpernel. Has yellow flowers. It's the first thing to flower up here. And these are its seeds, and they smell like pancakes and celery, like maple syrup. And when I collect these, my truck and my house smell like pancakes and celery for weeks. And ooh, I think that might be a spurge maybe. But this behind it is a hypericum. This is shrubby St. John's wort that has gone to seed. And so this is the bottom down here. this has a, this barren has different tiers to it. And up there I showed y'all that scaly blazing star. Well, this is rough blazing star, and it hasn't gone to flower yet. Scaly blazing star is usually the first one to go to flower, but I seen some of these guys up here last year that were 7 foot tall, huge, and really cool. I have both of those growing in my nursery. I actually have a lot of these things I've been showing y'all in my nursery, and that's why I started my nursery, because I wanted to make sure that these plants were still around and didn't get destroyed. And I thought it'd be cool for people to be able to use them in their landscaping. Check out that butterfly right there. All right, so here is some green comet milkweed, and it looks like it's about to flower. You can see its leaves are opposite here, and there's several of them. But right here next to it is this world milkweed flowering. I believe that's what it's called. Somebody correct me, but I believe that's world milkweed. But yeah, this is a really unique place, and this is what started my passion for finding places like this, telling landowners what they have, and trying to protect them as best I could, because a lot of these places are growing on roadsides where they're easily destroyed. And look at this butterfly milkweed with a butterfly on it, living up to its name. But I guess this is what started my passion, and I've been making these Facebook videos like this for years now. And then it wasn't until TikTok that people started really watching them, and it's been awesome. But this is a American plum, and some years it's loaded, some years it's not. Let's see if we can find some plums on it. Give it a shake. There was some on it. Oh, there's one. They're not ripe yet. You see one hanging right there. Maybe you can see that. But these have a unique looking bark. They have a lot of little thorns on them that aren't very sharp, but they are thorny. And that was likely to protect these fruit trees from large animals back in the day that would have pushed them over and ate all the fruit. But anyways, that is a limestone barren. I'm soaked in sweat, and this is probably the most diverse grassland ecosystem that I'll ever find in Alabama. I hope to find another one someday. I find a lot of them, but this one was almost intact. All it needed was to be opened up a little bit and to stop being mowed, and that's what a lot of these remnants need. But y'all, I'm probably gonna put this on YouTube. Y'all check me out on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. And I've got something started that I'm gonna announce pretty soon. So y'all stick around, and hopefully we can start saving some of these places.